Hey everyone, welcome to another Bachelor on a Budget. Guys, I'm not going to lie to you, we're at a weird point in history right now. A couple of weeks ago you were at work and it was business as usual, and then yesterday your governor comes out and says you probably shouldn't go outside anymore. So you rushed down to the grocery store and you took out a handful of whatever they had left, and you're not really sure what to make out of it. Well, that's where I come in. Today I'm going to show you how to make a steak and mushroom risotto based on ingredients that you probably already have on hand. No need to go grocery shopping for this one. This is Bachelor on a Budget, Quarantine Chronicles. So the first thing I'm going to do for this dish is to get about a pound of mushrooms. I'm going to take 2/3 of these mushrooms and cut them into about 1/8 inch thick chunks. Then I'll take the other third of them and cut them into about quarters. And the reason for the separation is 2/3 of these are going to be mixed into the rice. The other 1/3 are going to be the topper for our risotto. So once we have all of our mushrooms cut up and separated, we're going to start cooking these in 3 separate batches. Now the reason why we're cooking them in separate batches is because we want to get some nice brown caramelization on these. If we overcrowd the pan, we might start steaming our mushrooms, and that's not good for anybody. So for the first batch, we're going to mix in about a teaspoon of olive oil, a little more than a teaspoon of butter, and about 1/3 of our mushrooms, and cook those down until everything's nice and brown. I might throw about a pinch of salt and pepper on each batch also, just to get things going. And then once our first batch is done, we're going to remove it from the pan, move it to a bowl, and then cook the second batch, and then the third batch. Now, once our mushrooms are cooked and removed from the pan, it's time to start working on the rice. I'm going to start this process by mincing up a clove of garlic and a shallot, and then at the end of this process, I'm going to stop and have a quick fry, and adding that to our pan with about half a tablespoon of butter, more or less. We're going to cook that all together for about 2 minutes until these start to become a little bit see-through, and then I'm going to deglaze the whole ordeal with about 3/4 cup of white wine. We'll kind of let that go and simmer until most of the wine has evaporated, at which point I'm going to add about 3/4 cup of this rice. Now there are rices that work really well for risotto. I'm using whole grain brown rice. Now ordinarily when I cook rice, I'll usually rinse the starches off first before I cook them, but this time around I'm going to leave the starches on because it's going to help make everything a little bit more creamy like we want when we make risotto. Once our rice has been in the pan for a couple of minutes, I'm going to add about 3 cups of chicken stock, about 1 cup at a time. We're going to add the first cup and then wait till it's mostly cooked in, absorbed, and evaporated. Add in the second cup, do the same, and then add in the third cup and mix it all together. Now at this point you should remember to hit the record button before mixing in your milk, cheese, and butter. Give the whole thing a good mix before adding in 2/3 of our mushrooms. And at this point you can add in any meat you're going to use. I happen to have some leftover steak from a different meal I made the other night. You can also use chicken, you can use shrimp, whatever you have on hand. I just happen to have some steak from a different meal. And get this piece in here too, it's important. Give everything a good stir together before adding in salt and black pepper. Give the pan a good shake, maybe one more shake for good measure. Put it all together on a plate topped with even more mushrooms and steak, some Parmesan cheese, and whatever kind of garnish you're going to use. And now you have a great start to even the longest of quarantines. Thanks for watching, guys.